Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this video I'm going to take a look at Budget Burn Shaman, or Spell Damage Shaman, or how I want to call it. It's an aggressive budget deck that I was able to make work in late Ashes of Outland meta, and that has received a number of improvements for Scholomance Academy, although the overall power level has also increased in Scholomance Academy, so these have merely been enough to just keep the deck alive. Shaman overall as a class is not doing well. There isn't a single Shaman deck that shows above 50% win rates, but I think this is actually better than any of the full cost Shaman decks that are being played right now. I had 60% win rate while I was playing this deck myself, so it's not one of the absolute best decks, but it was good enough. The key things about this deck, it first wants to go in with some minion pressure. You have stuff like the Intrepid Initiate, you have Slurper, Tempest, then the Berserker Brawler package. And then you want to move over into finishing the game with Burn. And the curve of this deck is very, very low. The most expensive card costs just 3 mana, and that is because Voracious Reader, it's the card that every budget deck right now pretty much is built around. At the end of your turn, draw until you have 3 cards. So that's your refill, that's what you want to use. You want to use all your resources, you want to reader up more resources, and that just gives you more reach. And there are other interesting improvements from Scholomance Academy to this list. Of course, there's the Intrepid Initiate, a great 1-drop. And then there's the Diligent Note Taker, 2 mana 2/3 spell burst, return the spell to your hand. And this is great. For example, if you have built a bit of a board, you play Note Taker, you play Storm's Wrath to buff the board, you get Storm's Wrath back, you can play Storm's Wrath again. So just that buffing up. Or you use this with something like Lava Burst, and then either on the same turn or on the following turn you have Lava Burst available again. And then there's the Molten Blast, deal 2 damage, summon that many 1/1 elementals. Best used when you have some spell damage. For example, from the dagger, the Rune Dagger. Great weapon, helps you to get some spell damage for all of your tools and just do more damage. Molten Blast, some of those 1/1 elementals. Again, you want to get 1/1 elementals, and then you want to use Storm's Wrath to buff them up. That's like the stuff that you do early in the game with those minions, and then later in the game you want to finish the game with Lightning Bolts, Serpentine Portals, Lava Bursts to the face. I also tried to build this deck with the Dragons, with Squall Hunters, with Cobalt Spellkins. I tried to build this with the Arcane Watcher, even heavier spell damage focused, but none of those proved to be fast enough. I just could not deal enough damage in time before Druids or Paladins just make such big things that I just can't handle it anymore. So in the end, the most successful strategy I had was this very aggressive strategy with a very low curve. Fast minion pressure, followed by spells, and boom. Accordingly, in your mulligan, you always keep Voracious Reader in the mulligan, because that's your main refill card. You will need that in many of the games. And then you're looking for these 1-drops, you're looking for the Intrepid Initiate, you're looking for Searching Tempest. Then you're also looking for a little bit of a curve. If you have like Boneshore Brawler and Guardian Orc Merchant, yeah, that's a great combination. You typically don't keep any of the damage spells, because damage spells are really meant to be used a little bit later. And then you just go on from there. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can also support the content that I create by joining as a paying member here on YouTube or joining as a subscriber on Twitch, where I live stream 6 days a week, so if you want to see that, then check down below in the description for a link to my Twitch channel. And now, let's go take a look at Burn Shaman in action. Dagger and Blast. Don't want to burn it, I would want the minions. Blast is, it's burn and minions, so it's kind of okay. If I can pick up a Storm's Wrath after a blast, I can get some 2/2s going, and that sort of things can do. I think I will play the Orc Merchant here, because Druid is unlikely to do anything about it on 1. There's the downside that Druid kept 3 cards, of course. But this is very likely to be able to deal at least 2, maybe 4 damage. And equipping the dagger. Alright. So next turn is going to be Dagger to the face and Molten Blast. And on 3 I'm going to play the Reader. Maybe with the Lightning Bolt, in order to draw some cards. What happened to your nickname in game? It's just a graphical bug. It happens sometimes. Well, I'm expecting Overgrowth on 3, of course, with the Nature Studies having been played. Will be slightly difficult to be fast enough here. But we'll see. Let's get that spell damage so that I can get a bunch of 1/1s on this board. And now next turn looks like Reader, Wrath, maybe Lightning Bolt. Because this turn should be an Overgrowth, probably. Although if this is the Malygos version, it could be a Swipe, or if Swipe was discovered from Nature Studies, so most likely it's going to be Overgrowth. And then there could be Coin Guardian Animals, which of course would be unhappy. But what can you do? Need to Storm's Wrath here, need to Lightning Bolt face, need to hit some face. But if there is no Coin Guardian Animals, if it pulls a Treasure or a Taunt, and it should pull one or the other, then it will be very difficult to push enough. Goes to 9 mana, so it's a Kael'thas turn. Alright. Well, it's even better, of course, if it's Kael'thas into Guardian Animals. But there are no free Bog Beams yet. So Druid will still need some good draws here. So far Druid has the good draws. Ah, the Druid got the nuts. This is turn 4, remember? And that was the turn 4 play from the Druid. Most unfortunate. And do I have an answer to that? I don't think I do, so I probably do need to concede. That sort of turn 4 is a little bit too much. I might try with a mulligan like this. But I could have also used a 1-drop. Alright, let's see. Lapidary is good, but in order to use Lapidary effectively you have to have Soul Fragment generators. But I don't think we currently have enough of them. I could have opened with the Amani, right? And thought stealing my stuff isn't that powerful. Now the Amani. Yeah, now it's the Amani. And then the Orc Merchant there. And this one goes face. This is actually better because this cannot be killed with Shadow Earth Death. And next turn is going to be the Note Taker into double Storm's Wrath. This is a key turn. What does the Priest have this turn? Do I care about the Priest's minions? Priest could have Apotheosis. Yeah, maybe I'll kill them.
Could you repeat that? I'll write that down.
I could also push 14 to the face. Do I care about an Apotheosis on one of these even? What do I care if there's an Apotheosis? I mean, 3 attack, it doesn't even kill this. I actually think I'm just going to hit this Druid in the face. And Priest in the face. See what happens next.
On wings of destruction they come.
Shadow Madness cannot be used. None of these die to Shadow Madness. Penance could be used to kill the Guardian Orc Merchant. That would be useful. What about AoE? AoE pieces don't do anything. 2 mana, 2 damage. Doesn't matter. Neither of these can still kill my stuff. So it's Penance is the spell that matters, right? So is it there? Penance on this matters. That's the only card. There's exactly one card that the Priest can use that would help the Priest. And even when the Priest had that, I happen to have this. Alright, well. That game made me feel slightly better about playing against Priests. We'll see. So I could have 4 mana on turn 1. Demon Hunter kept everything. If I skip turn 2, Skipping turn 2 just seems a little awkward. I think I could just go with this one. Oh, that's beautiful. But 4 mana isn't that great. It's kind of okay. That would mean skipping turn 3. I still think I got to do it. Kill that one. Leave myself with a 5-2 and a 2-3 taunt. I'm skipping next turn unless I can top deck a 1-drop. Umbering isn't enough, there needs to be a slice too. Umbering without the slice is not an answer. So that's a piece of good news. And that right there is a 1-drop. So I can kill that. And I can kill that. But I can hit the Demon Hunter in the face for 5. Obviously this can be killed with the hero power, but still. That's kind of nice. I mean the 2-1 kills that, so it leaves only the 2-2 on the board, which does mean that the Reader can be killed. But it's okay. Amani and the Reader kill the 4-2. Reader can be killed, so I've only got those 2 cards from it. Can both the Reader... What? I didn't see that coming. I still need to find another 8 damage. We'll see about that. So I have the alternative to just hero power here and lightning bolt away the Gain. Save the lava burst. I think I actually might go for that. That may result in the largest amount of damage overall. Because this would need to there would need to be an altruist to answer this properly. This looks like a Claybound Adept, which is also good. It's just a little less good. Okay, that's cool, that's really cool. That, Storm's Wrath. And you think I'm trading? I'm not trading, I'm going face. All I need is another 3 damage, or 2 if I can Lava Burst properly. That doesn't help. Anything that can be cut from Skull for 0 probably isn't good enough. Well, short of a... yeah, short of a Bone Jaw Brawler. Yeah, I think I ended up navigating that game well. Why are all the new budget decks so aggro this new expansion? Because there's no budget deck that can compete with all the 12 20s and 8-9 taunts with death rattles and everything else that, like, players can put so much good stuff out there right now. You just can't compete against that with budget decks. Unless you go under. I don't like it. I don't have to like it. But it's the game. And all I can do is try to make the best possible decks for my viewers. I could start with this one. Why do you always make budget decks? Because there are people who really need them. I guess I can check out what I can pick up from the Slurper here. Faceless Attack seems okay. Ooh, Spell Damage. Any reason for me to trade? Not that I can think of, no. We're going face. Let's go face. Does Mage have a buff card? What? I figured Mage would be greedy and take the value trade. I expected that. I guess it's not too great for me though, because I will have to waste the charge of this. But it's not terrible either. The 3 charges are probably going to be enough anyway. Need to start getting some readers out there soon.
Your soul is bound to me now.
Alright, so initiate reader, 5 mana next turn. Initiate Amani coin reader on that side. The best play around the rolling fireball.
We are friends now.
Why do you have that card in your deck? An intriguing choice. So much power. Next turn there can be a Reno. Reno can wipe the board. Well, it can't actually quite wipe the board. I'm going all face here. Don't really see a reason to not go face. Face seems like a great place.
This is overdue.
Like this, and get 2 cards from the reader. Reno doesn't actually wipe this board. They can also be a Blizzard. They can be a Zepris. What does Zepris give? For 4 mana? Can't give a Brawl. There isn't anything to Shadow Word Ruin. What's there for 4 mana? Oh, there's a Shadow Flame, of course. Oh yeah, that helps a little. Only a little, though. So I have up to 6 mana. Yeah, I'll just Lightning Bloom and use all of these cards. Lightning Bloom. Play the Reader. Play the Orc Merchant on the Reader, I suppose. Hit a little bit of face with the weapon again. Molten Blasted face a little. Draw another 3 cards. Alright. There's a Reno, fine. Next turn I will have 5 mana. Can Mage heal at 8? I don't think Mage can, right? I'll just play the Note Taker and I'll Lava Burst the Mage in the face.
I'll write that down.
So, 8 mana. Can't do Alexstrasza. Can't do the amazing Reno. What can you do to heal?
Who's ready for a little showdown?
Yeah, that's really not going to do it. I'll play that into a potential counter spell and then I can just Lava Burst the face. And that's a dead Mage. Very weird Highlander build. Mosaki usually isn't that great in Highlander, because you have difficulty getting that many cheap spells there. Well, we finally got to 2. It's been a bit of a struggle with this deck. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.